Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about a comedy horror film called Zombie for Sale from 2019. Enjoy your viewing. During the trial of the new drug, the subjects got rid of all their diseases at once. They simply died. When the investigation began, it turned out that the pharmacists had been using homeless people and students to conduct the experiments, and one of these students turned into a zombie after taking the experimental drug. In the middle of the night, he crawled out of his burial place and went to get some live meat. That same night, June Ghoul punctured tires on the highway and then pulled the cars in his tow truck to a repair shop. After the repair, he demanded a huge amount of money, and customers had to pay. If they refused, he threatened to return the car to its original condition. June lived with his sister, Hai, and his father, Manduk. June's pregnant wife, Namju, also lived with them. They used to run a successful business, a gas station and a convenience store. But now, they had to survive on odd jobs. And the abandoned gas station became their home. The zombie student finally came out to the people, but he did not manage to eat them. The women he met on the way were too fast, and the boys he saw later threw stones at him. He was about to eat the dog, but it was a Korean dog, and he knew how to defend himself. His whole life is about trying not to become food. Apparently, the dog even goes to training on weekends. He chased a zombie and drove it into the toilet. Manduk was nearby with his old friends. Noticing the zombie in the toilet, the man tried to chase it out, but it bit the old man and ran away on the way. He met Haye, and then another brother of June's named Mingul. Hiei and the zombie liked each other right away, but a dog chased them and they had to run away. When the zombie was running through the intersection, Jun hit him, and the unfortunate dead man flew into the stratosphere, and when he landed, he went away from this dysfunctional family. Min went to his family to show them how great he was living in Seoul. However, in reality, he had already been fired, and he became a regular unemployed person. When the whole family gathers, they bring Duke in an ambulance. After the attack, his wound was treated, and he returned home. He vows revenge on the punk who bit him. Doc lives in a small motorhome and dreams of going to Hawaii, but he has neither the money nor the health to do so. At night, he hears a noise from the barn where they keep rabbits. His wife goes to check it out and finds a zombie. It is gnawing on a head of cabbage, which looks very much like a human brain. Manduk comes too, and when he sees his offender, he attacks him. Then June comes running in and uses her super kick from Street Fighter. At this point, they all realize that they are looking at The Walking Dead because they did a lot of damage to the zombie, but it was still moving. The family guesses that Duck must turn into a zombie after being bitten. They knock him out and lock him in the motorhome. Min reads everything on the internet related to their problem and searches for everything about zombies. However, their father is not only not dead, but has become even more alive. Despite his advanced age, he began to feel better. They tied the student's zombie in the barn. Hiei came to feed him cabbage, but Namju chased her away and pulled out all the zombie's teeth so that he would not bite anyone else. They didn't know that Doc was rejuvenated by the bite. At that time, Mindok was showing off for his retired friends, and the elderly wanted to know how he had gotten younger. They were ready to pay any money for the rejuvenation procedure, and Duke dreamed of going to Hawaii. In general, his life began to improve, but Mingul overheard his father's conversation and decided to make some money on the rejuvenating effect of a zombie bite. He quietly stole a student's zombie and tried to take it to Seoul. On the way, he was stopped by the police. They noticed a person in the toolbox and arrested Min. To get the zombie away from the police, Duke even had to lie about being his son. Min was also released. While Duke was planning his vacation in Hawaii, he discovered that the zombies no longer had teeth, which meant that the other retirees would not be able to rejuvenate themselves. When the old people came with money, Duke managed to solve the problem. He took a false jaw from one of his friends and gave it to a dead man. Then they made the zombie bite the pensioners. To make the zombies work up an appetite, they poured ketchup on the old people's hands. Namju hid the proceeds in her safe. The next day, Duke stole all of Namju's money and went on vacation. Hae took the zombies to the cabbage field to make him happy. He was very fond of cabbage. She tried to teach him how to say her name, but the zombie couldn't speak. Meanwhile, the pensioners got younger, and all the townspeople found out about it. They went to the old gas station to undergo a rejuvenation procedure. The Gole family realized that this was a gold mine. They provide bite therapy to everyone, earning enough money to reopen the gas station. To make the zombie's life more comfortable, the Nakeds move him into Doc's motorhome and give him a new false jaw. Now he eats with them at the same table. Meanwhile, Hae takes him to a beauty salon to get his hair and makeup done. One particularly diligent policeman decided to look for the zombie's fingerprints in the database, but realized that there was no information about the zombie. It was as if he had already died. The policeman decided to visit the Goles and find out what kind of person was living with them. Meanwhile, everyone who had been bitten by the zombie began to turn into the walking dead and attack the living. A zombie virus epidemic has begun. Realizing that her brother is up to no good, Hai gives the zombies a supply of cabbage and ketchup and chases them away. She doesn't want Min to take him to Seoul and experiment on him. However, Min accidentally meets the zombie student. When they were already at the bus station, many zombies came, and Ming had to hide, and the zombie student went back to Hai. He heard the girl screaming and realized that she was in danger. At that time, the dead came to Holly's gas station. A policeman also came to arrest them, but he was bitten. Many zombies appeared, so Jun, Hae, and Namju hid in a building. They studied Min's instructions and then equipped themselves so that no zombie could bite them. Meanwhile, Min escaped from the dead, stole a truck with fireworks, and went to rescue his family. While he was driving, Namju went into labor, but she had no time to give birth because the zombies broke into their house. They had to hide in the barn. And then Min arrived. He tried to shoot the dead with fireworks, but something went wrong, and all the barrels of fireworks caught fire. But this spectacle attracted the attention of the zombies, and they forgot about the people for a while. Then things got even worse. The lights in the sky attracted zombies from all over the city, and they surrounded the gas station. But that was the least of their problems, because Namju started to give birth. Ming decides to hitch the motorhome to Jun's tow truck and drive them to safety. The old clothes of a zombie student will help them get through the crowd of zombies to the car. The thing is that the dead won't smell their brother's scent. They did manage to get to the car, but it turned out that the keys were left in Jun's room. At that time, the car was surrounded by the dead, and Hai had to rescue her brothers. She took on the zombies with a trimmer, but there were too many of them. At that moment, a zombie student appeared and did not allow his brothers to kill his beloved. Meanwhile, on the roof, one zombie got tangled in the wires and accidentally turned on the music. The lights went down, the dead started having fun, and Hai managed to escape. Jun also tried to go into the gas station building, but then the music stopped, and he could hear his newborn son crying. The zombies rushed to the barn at the sound of the crying, and Jun tried to stop them, but Min made him go get the keys, because that was the only way he could help. Finally, Jun got the keys, but he was grabbed by the zombies, and Min had to do it alone. Hei had already taken refuge in the motorhome, and her zombie student friend was defending the entrance from his fellows until his friends left. Turning around in the tow truck, Ming hit a convoy, and gasoline poured all around. At that moment, Jun returned to him. He had survived the attack. They took him and Namju with the newborn away. Watching them drive away, the zombie student said her name out loud, and the rest of the dead realized that he was alive again and attacked him. But the boy managed to set fire to the spilled gasoline and blow up the attackers. In the process, he himself was caught in the blast wave, but a pile of bodies protected him from the explosion. In the morning, Jun also turned into a zombie. Min stopped the car near the tunnel. Doc got out of it. He had just returned from vacation and had to walk home because of the zombie apocalypse. It turned out that Doc had something in his blood that killed the zombie virus, and when Min heard on the radio that such people could cure others, he came up with a way to save people. They started lining up zombies, and then made Doc bite them in the hand. After that, they became human again. Doc bit thousands of hands to cure the population, but he bit his son first. Jun was cured, and now helped his family. As before, the zombie student was also with them. He became a human being. If you have watched the video so far, you should know that I am happy to have viewers like you. Thank you for watching to the end. Subscribe to the channel and follow the news. Klontsak Recapped was with you. See you soon.